Hi, this is Fran Snyder, artist, host, and founder of ConcertsInYourHome.com. It's June 2011 and we're celebrating a 5-year anniversary. Concerts in Your Home started in 2006 with just Brian and myself. Brian handling the majority of the coding and trying to put pages together every time a new artist signed up. I think I need to acknowledge Brian's dedication over the past 5 years. He's been terrific, and I know a lot of you have dealt with him off and on, and so let's give him a big round of applause. A little golf clap for Brian Tilford. A few years ago, started working with Jeff Robertson, who was a friend of Randall Williams, was introduced to me by Randall, and we wound up sharing a ride to Memphis for the Folk Alliance and struck up an immediate friendship. And more than anyone in the past 5 or 6 years that I've been talking about this website, Jeff understands the value, the importance, and the spirit of the work that we're trying to do. I want to thank Jeff for his support over the past couple of years and his dedication, and I'm sure many of you have spoken with him or dealt with him either as a new host signing up or as an existing host sending in your recommendations and giving us feedback about the wonderful artists in our community. So thank you, Jeff, and I hope you guys will reach out to him and let him know what his work means to all of us. And after 5 years, it's also necessary to give a heartfelt thank you to the artists who've been a part of this community. It's no secret that it is their efforts and their membership fees that have kept this website going and this community growing. The membership fees that artists pay are wholly responsible for the fact that we do what we do for free in terms of the hosts who want to give this a shot, who want to bring artists into their home and share that music with their friends and family and neighbors. So none of that would be possible without some sort of income stream to pay for all the things that we're doing in terms of web development, in terms of time spent, and in terms of Jeff's 17 children that he has to feed.
I do not have 17 children.
And so now I'd like to talk about some of the things that we've accomplished over the past couple of years and where we're going. And first I want to talk about Dinner and Song. This is something that I pitched a few years ago under the term mini house concert, and it went nowhere. I don't think anybody noticed, and so I started talking with Jeff about it, and at some point we came up with the name Dinner and Song, created a website around it, and all of a sudden it's really been sort of a qualified hit for us. So in the past few months we've converted or inspired about 150 hosts to participate in the program, and this is opening up all kinds of opportunities for artists to not only find a place to stay on a Tuesday or a Wednesday when they are in a town where they don't have any or have very few resources, but also the opportunity to make $100 or $200 by doing a small, intimate, short performance and playing for 6, 10, 15 people depending on the size and the size of the crowd. And we've also seen some great creativity. Jeff decided to do a dessert and song, which was well attended and very successful for the artists involved. And then somebody recently pitched us the idea of doing a breakfast and song. They were just hosting some artists overnight, artists that had played at a club or some other show nearby. They were just originally going to put them up for the night, but they decided to put the word out to do a breakfast and song the next morning before the artists left to go catch their flight home, and I believe it was a success. So it's wonderful that the idea that you can do something small without apologizing for it. No, small can be great if you time it right, if you go about it the right way. So we're delighted with the success of Dinner and Song. We want to inspire more people to do this, and we want to inspire people to form a group of people who are interested in this, so that when you decide to put something like this together, you would automatically have a core group of people that would be very interested in RSVPing right away. And one of the ways we thought of doing that is through meetup.com. If you go on to meetup.com, it's a great way to reach out to people that have similar interests and to pull them into the idea of a Dinner and Song. So you can create Dinner and Song meetup group in San Francisco, or in Bath, Maine, or in Tampa, Florida. Just create that. I think Meetup charges $12 to $15 a month to maintain a page like that. But if you get people involved, everybody can chip in $1 a month. It's really not expensive at all, and it's a great way to bring new people to this idea. So look that up. Meetup.com can be a terrific way to create a Dinner and Song group in your area, so that you might be able to rotate homes, and somebody will host it one month, and then somebody else in the group will host it the following month, and you can collaborate on which artists you want to help out and which ones you don't. So it's a great additional tool that's out there that would allow you to take advantage of the fact that there are people looking for musical events in your area, and they're there for the asking. So that's another great thing. We've also talked a little bit less about Listening Room Network and peachgigs.com. We, of course, are in love with the idea of listening rooms, and obviously house concerts and Dinner and Song programs are a great expression of that. But most of us are also aware that there are special places out there, public places like Eddie's Attic and Passim, up in Cambridge, and Coffee Gallery Backstage, and in Pasadena, or in California. There are these places around the country where they take music very seriously, and during a show there are no interruptions, there are no TV programs on, there are no espresso machines making noise while the performer is singing. We want to support them, and that's what Peach Gigs is about. I know it's a little confusing. We're doing a lot of stuff. We're starting a lot of stuff this year. Peach Gigs is going to be the resource to help artists and these listening room venues connect and bring in new fans. And then the overall umbrella, this is something else that's new that we haven't talked about quite enough yet, because there are still a few things to put in place. But Listening Room Network is essentially going to be our fan portal. This is what's going to bring in an umbrella of people that love these kinds of events. We're not trying to be Facebook. We're not trying to be MySpace in terms of creating some massive platform that anybody can join. We are a curated community, and that means you have to participate, and you have to be into what we're into, and that is folk, acoustic, singer-songwriter, live music of roots or Americana nature, and the idea that you can go to a place and listen to that music uninterrupted, undistracted. And so our community, whether it be hosts who put on events to support these kinds of events, whether it be the artists who we feel are a great fit, or who our hosts feel are great contributors to the musical landscape, or fans. And there's going to be a certain standard that we're going to ask for people to be a part of this Listening Room Network. So please stay tuned to that. And I'll mention one more thing in passing. Classical music is really where house concerts began. And over the past 5 years, we've had some artists join our site who had sort of a classical nature, classical music element to what they were doing. And it's been frustrating to me, just like it has been with Christian acts who are perfect for house concerts, but yet have not been able to engage their communities to support Christian house concerts. So we're going to keep trying, and we're going to, and my answer to the classical thing is we're creating a special, dedicated website based similarly to on a similar model to concerts in your home, but essentially it's going to be a classical music house concert website, and it's called privaterecitals.com, and it's just a few weeks away from launching. And so if you have friends who love classical music, who might be interested in hosting these kinds of shows, please reach out to us. And if you have ideas for us to connect with that community, we're all ears. We really believe that there are a lot of amazing musicians out there who play classical music, who are stuck in the third chair of the Cleveland Symphony as their funding is drying out, and as they're and I don't mean to pick on Cleveland. The idea that there's a lot of orchestras out there that are kind of stuck doing the same old programming and not really bringing classical music to new fans. And we think that private recitals is a great way to do that. It's a great way to bring world-class musicians into the homes of people who might have a beautiful baby grand piano in their living room that they never play. So there's a lot of fun twists on this idea, and I hope to hear from you if you're interested in supporting that. So that's called privaterecitals.com. You'll hear more about that next month. Anyway, thank you so much for being a part of this. 5 years, it's in some ways it feels like more than that, and some days, and in some ways it feels like we've just started. So thanks for being a part of this. Thank you for allowing me to play this role in our community, and I hope that you'll continue to stay interested. Thanks.
I do not have 17 children.